June 4th, 1942, the Midway Atoll. The sky is heavy with heat and the stench of aviation fuel. Engines roar across a glass-blue horizon as Japanese carriers launch wave after wave of aircraft. Below, American pilots scramble to meet them, tired, under-equipped, and outnumbered. The Battle of Midway, a fight that would decide the fate of the Pacific. But this time, something else cuts through the clouds. At 47,000 feet, a silver shape moves faster than sound. No propellers, no smoke trail. Just a shimmer of metal and silence before the sky itself tears open. The pilots below don't see it. They feel it. A single thunderclap echoes over the ocean, a visitor from 80 years in the future. The F-22 Raptor has entered the Battle of Midway. And just a reminder, it is just a sandbox scenario. No reinforcements, no resupply. One aircraft, one pilot, dropped into June 1942 with a full tank of fuel, a standard combat loadout, and no way home. How long could it survive? How much could it change? The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, fifth-generation stealth fighter, twin Pratt & Whitney F119 engines, top speed Mach 2.25, combat radius around 460 miles. Internally, it carries 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM missiles and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders, guided radar-locking, infrared-seeking killers. Its 20mm Vulcan cannon holds 480 rounds, enough to erase entire squadrons from the sky if used carefully. Radar cross-section, smaller than a marble. To World War II radar, it's invisible. To the human eye, just a blur of sunlight. Avionics give the pilot omniscient awareness, radar mapping, infrared tracking, long-range targeting. To 1942's standards, this is God-level perception. But it's not invincible. Fuel is limited. Once the tanks run dry, it becomes a 43,000-pound glider over the Pacific. Ammunition, once spent, cannot be replaced. And maintenance, non-existent. One stray bullet, one salt-corroded sensor, and the most advanced fighter ever built could become nothing more than a drifting relic in hostile waters. In June 1942, the Japanese Imperial Navy deployed 4 carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu. They launched over 240 aircraft, 0 fighters, Val dive bombers, Kate torpedo planes, coordinated in disciplined waves. Their goal? Destroy the U.S. fleet and secure control of the Pacific. Opposing them, Task Force 16 and 17, 3 American carriers, a handful of destroyers, and brave but overmatched pilots flying Wildcats and dauntless dive bombers. In real history, the Americans would turn the tide through intelligence, sacrifice, and luck. But this time, a single element tilts the scale, the F-22 Raptor. The morning of June 4th. 6 a.m., the first Japanese strike group closes in on Midway Atoll. Dozens of Zeros slice through the sky. Bombers descend toward the American airstrip. Then, radar confusion. Their operators spot nothing unusual, until one by one, planes begin to vanish. The Raptor strikes from 20 miles away. No engine growl, no warning, just a streak of vapor and missiles that never miss. A single AMRAAM locks onto the lead bomber. Impact. The explosion tears through the formation, scattering aircraft like leaves in a storm. The Japanese pilots panic. There's no visible enemy. Their radios fill with frantic shouting. Seconds later, another group disintegrates mid-air. To the observers on Midway, it looks like divine intervention. To the Raptor pilot, it's surgical. Target, lock, release, destroy. Within 15 minutes, over 30 enemy planes are gone. But now, fuel is dropping fast. The pilot switches tactics, conserving missiles, switching to guns. He dives low, slicing through a formation of Zeros. The Vulcan cannon erupts, 6,000 rounds per minute. The Zeros, built of light aluminum, ignite instantly. By 6:30, the Japanese air assault is in chaos. Their carrier fleet miles away tries to regroup. Admiral Nagumo is baffled. Reports describe a metallic phantom that cannot be hit or tracked. Anti-aircraft guns fire blindly into empty skies. The Raptor pilot climbs high again, radar sweeping. He spots the carriers. 4 massive ships steaming eastward. At Mach 2, he's over them in less than a minute. From 50,000 feet, he releases his final payload, two 1,000-pound JDAM bombs. They fall silently through the clouds. Seconds later, impact. The Akagi erupts in fire. The blast engulfs her flight deck, detonating fueled aircraft and ammunition below. Moments later, a second explosion tears through Kaga. Japanese sailors stare upward, searching the clouds for any visible attacker. There is none. But even gods have limits. The Raptor is now low on fuel. With no aerial refueling in 1942, the pilot makes a desperate choice. One more strike run. He descends for a strafing pass, the gun rattling across the deck of Soryu, ripping apart everything in sight. But the move brings him close to the ship's flak guns. Shells explode around him. Fragments pepper the wings. A warning light flashes. Hydraulic leak. The F-22 pulls hard, limping toward open ocean. Minutes later, the engines sputter. Fuel gone. The world's most advanced fighter, dead stick, glides silently over the Pacific. The pilot ejects, the aircraft vanishes beneath the waves. By nightfall, 2 Japanese carriers are crippled, dozens of planes destroyed, morale shattered. The U.S. fleet, unaware of the visitor's true nature, capitalizes on the chaos, launching counterstrikes that finish what the Raptor began. Midway becomes an even greater American victory, swift and decisive. But the technology? Gone. The wreck of the F-22 sinks deep into the ocean, unreachable, unrecognizable. For historians, it becomes myth, stories of a ghost plane that turned the tide. Eyewitnesses describe it as a divine weapon, faster than sound, invisible to sight. Analytically, the outcome is clear. Tactical impact, immense. One F-22 could disrupt entire World War II air operations. Strategic limit, severe. No logistics, no resupply. Once expended, it's gone. Psychological effect, overwhelming. A single Raptor could change not just the battle, but morale, myths, and military doctrine for decades. But technology alone doesn't win wars. Endurance does. Without the infrastructure of its own time, even the apex of modern warfare burns out fast. The F-22 changed the course of a single battle. But what if modern armor changed the course of a war? We will see that next time. Thanks for watching.